As we discussed last night, 22 people have been killed at a concert, at an Ariana Grande concert. Last night we discussed the fact that it's very likely going to involve a lot of casualties from children, from young people. One of the youngest people mentioned was an 8-year-old who was killed at this concert. Police have identified Salam Abedi. They've said that he is responsible. He's a 22-year-old who lived within the area. Theresa May, Prime Minister Theresa May, said in a statement that she was, quote, increasing the threat level from severe to critical, meaning that not only that an attack remains highly likely, but that a further attack may be imminent. So in part of moving the threat level to from severe to critical, it includes armed military personnel taking roots, becoming a part of the normal atmosphere there in London. And actually the mayor, Sadiq Khan, he told residents to expect to see armed officers and military personnel on the streets. And so this is where they have gone there in the aftermath of this bombing. Sadiq Khan also said that, quote, they are there to help our police service to keep us safe and guard key sites. This has, we didn't discuss this last night, but ISIS has claimed responsibility for this tragedy, for this terrorist attack. And a part of them claiming responsibility of it is they identify the victims as militants, as enemies of theirs. This has now, not only has ISIS, let me take a step back. ISIS has a propensity of claiming, taking credit for things that they haven't done. But in this case, U.S. intelligence, they also have not yet confirmed that this was ISIS. So we're still in this gray area of whether or not ISIS is actually responsible for it. But in many ways, what happens is if they want to take credit for it, then fine. You take credit for killing young girls attending a concert and killing them, children. You could take credit for that because that continues to, it adds to the invalidation of any sense of nobility, if there ever was a sense. And the reason I put it like that is because many of the people who sign up, if you look at the documentaries and you read the articles and you look at the investigations around ISIS, people sign up because they see something in ISIS. What it is, I don't know. But there seems to be an affinity for people to identify with this desire to build a Islamic caliphate. And taking responsibility for the killing and the murder of young girls and young boys only serves to undermine any idea of validity that may be festering in the mind of some impressionable young person who would go to sign up for ISIS. But then on the flip side, it also mobilizes people against them in a very significant fashion. I think it's safe to say that everyone looks at ISIS as a threat that needs to be rooted out, undermined, and destroyed. And not only ISIS in terms of the militants, but the channels that created ISIS, the funding that supports ISIS, the relationships that we have not fleshed out that actually perpetuate the ideologies that support ISIS. In every way imaginable, we need to gut them out of our society. And any other commentary around it, you know, we can discuss at another time, maybe even later on this show, the responsibility of the United States, the responsibility of other partners, the responsibility that we hold in these tragedies, in the formation or at least the sustaining of ISIS. We could talk about that, but right now there are young people who are dead because of these attacks. One thing that I want to point out is a comment made by President Trump. President Trump made a comment today with regard to ISIS that it may surprise you in the audience, but I actually 100% agree with. I want to play the video, and the context of the video is he's speaking in Bethlehem following a meeting with Mahmoud Abbas, the president of the Palestinian Authority, and he had this to say in regards to ISIS.
So many young, beautiful, innocent people living and enjoying their lives murdered by evil losers in life. I won't call them monsters because they would like that term. They would think that's a great name. I will call them from now on losers because that's what they are. They're losers.
Like I said before, when I agree, when I think Donald Trump has said or done something correct, I'm going to let you know. And I think this is probably the most effective term to describe ISIS because it undermines any sense of anything. They are losers. They are, and it seems, yes, it is a childhood taunt. It is a schoolyard taunt. Yes, I get that. But when you describe them as monsters, that validates who they are. They want to be seen as monsters. Donald Trump is right here. He is absolutely correct. They want to be seen as monsters. They want to be seen as a menacing threat, when in reality, the best way to describe them is a collection of losers, rejects from society who have to gather themselves together around some philosophical, ideological wet dream to assuage their pain and their dismay that in life they really are nobody. They are losers. So in this regard, Donald Trump is 100% absolutely correct. And I co-sign with the President of the United States in this regard, that we should not refer to ISIS as terrorists. We should not refer to them as monsters. We should not give anything to them that they want. They are losers.